So I overate tonight. Just just for like the compulsion's sake, I guess. I don't know. It's like you feel terrible while you're doing it. I hate freaking emotional eating, being stressed. I think it's a combination of all of those things. I think I'm stressed. I think I'm overwhelmed. I think I'm lonely. I think I feel like there's no way to get out sometimes. And I haven't hit rock bottom, you know? Could be gambling all of my money away, losing all of my jobs, and straight lining heroin. And I know too many people that have done all of those things. I haven't yet, thank goodness. Oh my gosh. Where do you go to for relief, you know? Like we mentioned the other day, it's just a constant feeling of an addiction and needing to fill a void, right? But nothing fills it. I'm not even talking about just like worldly stuff, you know? Like sometimes spiritual stuff isn't enough, right? You need that constant stimulation there, and after a while, maybe it's a year, maybe it's a year and a half, it's like you wear out the synapses, right? Or it takes more stimulation and more stimulation to get a similar response. And soon enough, you're doing this thing and you don't feel anything. That's how it kind of feels right now. It's like I do these things, these impulses, but I feel nothing. But I can't help to keep doing the impulse, right? It's the addiction. I have a feeling. So a while back, I did a water fast, which is really cool. I don't know if you've heard of that. I tend to do pretty well on very strict diets, like a ketogenic diet or like water fasting, where you just have water. Your body just goes into like a ketosis state. Not just for the weight loss. Like dieting's very nice for me because, like, yeah, the weight loss is there, and I do lose weight. But I feel like I'm under control. It puts a stricter regimen on my day, and it gives me boundaries to control, to like hyper focus on, I guess you could say. But I'm thinking I'm gonna do that again. Last time I did it was last spring, last year, and I went 17 days without food. It was really good. Loved it. I mean, I lost a little weight too, of course. I think everybody can. But I mean, it was really good. I remember feeling just really, feeling more energy, feeling more control. And maybe if I can do a sustained one of those, I feel like maybe I can break a couple of these habits that I have. Whether it's drowning myself constantly in music, that stimulation, or internet addiction, or food addiction, or sex addiction, or alcoholism, or work addiction. I work all the time. That adds to my stress. I have to work. The amount that I have to work here for my kids and to sustain myself and to pay my debts, which I have a lot of. But I work about 15-hour days, 12 days in a row, and then I take 2 days off for my boys. It's a lot. Like, I'm on call 12 days in a row. And then in addition to that, I work an extra 3, 4, 5 hours a day doing admit nursing or doing visits for people that are sick. It's just a lot of work, and then I do a lot of charting And it's hard because I don't have the patience for charting. And so I think it's stressful because I feel like even with all of that work, I still don't make enough to feel like I'd get out of any kind of a hole for another like 20 years. Pretty much. Chiropractic school is expensive, you know? And I did 2 years of that, which is super expensive. It's like med school without getting that med degree. Then on top of that, I had 3 years of a regular college. And then I had another, 18 months of nursing school. And so it's kind of crippling. But it's worth it. It's for my kids, and it keeps me going. And it keeps me from doing relatively stupid things, but I'm still gained an incredible amount of weight because of the stress of how much I had to work over the last year and a half just to keep things afloat. I mean, I've probably gained 50 pounds. Easy. I don't know if I weigh like 270. I don't even weigh myself. That's stressful enough. I probably should, but just to help me keep more accountable. But I want to do this diet, and I want to do this diet with the blog in a few days and start on that path. I think the blog that I do will keep me accountable for it, keep me on track. And I really want to focus on my addictions. When you're water fasting, you don't drink, which will be great. It'll be great not to drink. I think the greater challenge with the eating lies after, staying in a regular healthy patterns and exercising again. Because exercising is great for me. Problem is, with this personality, with these kind of disorders, this personality, or what is it? Addictive personality disorder, ADHD. With those two, like you'll tend to overwork out, right? You'll do too much. Then you'll burn out and stop doing it at all. And you kind of do everything cyclic, And even this fasting thing is a cyclic thing, but fasting in general is kind of more of a cycle type of thing, and it's really been shown to be pretty healthy. So I'm probably going to do that here in a few days. It'll be fun. I'll be able to talk about that. All the things I feel. I'll try not to video game as much or do any of these things to try and break some of these habits, because what's cool about fasting is when you go without it, I feel like I can regain some of that feeling back for those things. The things that are completely gone right now. Because I have no feeling for things right now, and I want to regain that back. So that's what I want to do in a few days. I'm going to try that. I'm going to hold myself accountable, and I'm going to do it for longer than I did before. So hopefully, crossing my fingers that I'll feel under control. I'll be able to work through some of my problems. And I'll feel a good amount of success and accomplishment that I can replicate into a more moderate way of living after.